feminism is different to everyone. To me, what feminism stands for is give me the ability to make my own decisions without judging me. Just the same kind of freedom men have had for such a long time. Women should sound like this. Women should wear this. Women at this point should get married. We're always told what we should do. We need to be able to decide what we should do, whatever that is. So to me, that freedom is feminism.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are diving into a global discussion, feminism. Is it really helping or hurting the society, especially in countries like India or France? Let's compare how feminism is evolving in both places and explore the differences and perspectives. Feminism isn't a fight against men, it's a fight for equality. True feminism empowers everyone, not just women, but humanity as a whole. Strength lies in equality. Feminism is simply the recognition of this truth. When women rise, society rises with them. Feminism is the key to a better future.
Word is really difficult.
It's not a trend. It's a movement that reshapes the world.
Preferential treatment of the feminine over the masculine because it has the feminine in the word, and I think that's a real oversight and a misunderstanding.
Rather than just basic fairness.
Rather than just gender, across, just gender equality across the board. This isn't girls are better than boys, boys are better than girls. This is just everyone deserves a fair chance.
The differences in perspectives. Feminism has seen significant growth globally, but how does it manifest in India versus France? In India, the feminist movement gained traction in the 1970s, fighting for women's rights, education, and political participation. France, on the other hand, had its own feminist movement during the 20th century, with a strong push during the 1960s, especially focusing on reproductive rights and gender equality in the workplace. In both countries, misconceptions persist. In India, some people still view feminism as a movement against men, while others associate it with radical change. In France, there's a similar division. Feminism is seen by some as a tool to challenge patriarchal systems, while others argue it's taken too far, with policies that they say favor women. But the core idea remains achieving equality. In India, only about 27% of women are a part of the labor force compared to around 60% in France. However, India has made strides in female education, with enrollment rates rising sharply. Meanwhile, in France, feminist efforts in the workplace have resulted in gender equality and policies like paid parental leave and mandatory equal pay audits for large companies. In India, feminism has been instrumental in the fight for women's safety, access to education, and political representation. But cultural attitudes still pose barriers. In France, while women have achieved a lot in terms of rights, challenges like sexual harassment and the gender pay gap still persist. The fight is different in each country, but both face issues of deep-rooted cultural norms. Social media has played a huge role in amplifying feminist voices. In India, the Me Too movement gained significant momentum in 2018, shedding light on sexual harassment. In France, the movement also sparked debates, with significant discussions around gender-based violence and workplace harassment. But social media can also amplify extreme voices, making the conversation seem more polarized than it is. The key takeaway here is that feminism in both countries need to be inclusive. In India, there's a need to ensure that it's not just for urban, educated women, but for women across all social classes and backgrounds. In France, it's important that policies designed for women's rights don't inadvertently create division or resentment, especially when it comes to men's issues. Feminism isn't destroying the society, it's pushing for equality and justice. But the way it plays out in countries like India or France can look different due to cultural, economic, and political factors. What do you think about feminism in these countries? Do you see it helping or hurting? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. If you enjoyed this discussion, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Join me in exploring more thought-provoking topics, and let's continue breaking myths and learning from each other. Namaste.